Squadron Commander, the legendary Lothario Lord Flashheart, is the epitome of swagger and bravado. Whether he's crashing weddings or stealing the show in the trenches, Flashheart's larger-than-life personality is unforgettable. But more importantly for us military history and medals buffs, were his medals accurate? And if so, where did he earn them? Today we're going to find out. So looking at the swaggering Squadron Commander's medal ribbon bar, it appears he was awarded 7 medals. So let's do it and dive into each one. Unsurprisingly, the larger-than-life ladies' man displays a military cross for gallantry. Established in 1914, the Military Cross, or MC, is a prestigious third-level military decoration awarded to members of the British Armed Forces for acts of exemplary gallantry during active operations against the enemy. During World War I, the Military Cross was usually awarded to commissioned officers of the rank of captain or below and to warrant officers. This was to recognise their acts of exemplary gallantry during active operations against the enemy on land. The eligibility was later extended to include temporary majors in 1917. The cross itself is an ornamental silver cross suspended from a white ribbon with a central deep purple stripe. The obverse of the cross has straight arms terminating in broad finials decorated with imperial crowns. The reigning sovereign's cipher is depicted in the centre of the cross. The reverse of the cross is plain. Plain silver bars for second and subsequent awards have a crown in the centre and are mounted loose on the ribbon. The recipient may include the letters MC after his or her name. So this award seems accurate for the Scoundrel of the Skies and was awarded during the last 3 years of the conflict for some heroic act of bravery. The next medal our dashing dandy was awarded was the Africa General Service Medal. The Africa General Service Medal was established in 1902 and awarded for minor campaigns in tropical Africa between 1900 and 1956. It was issued with a total of 45 clasps, each representing a specific campaign. A bit of poetic license here, but if we look at the most likely campaign clasp awarded to Flashheart, it may have been Somaliland in 1902-04, when the Don Juan of Dash was just a very young subaltern or second lieutenant. The campaign itself involved a series of operations against Dervish forces and the Dervish movement led by Mohammed Abdullah Hassan between 1902 and 1920. These are also known as the Anglo-Somali Wars. The medal obverse shows the current reigning monarch at the time, who would have been Edward VII, in Field Marshal uniform, and the obverse is the standing figure of Britannia with an African lion next to her. The ribbon is yellow with black edge and black edges and 2 thin central green stripes. Our next medal for the Scoundrel of the Skies was the India General Service 1908 medal. This was awarded for a series of 12 minor campaigns between 1908 and 1935 in India. However, before 1914, only 2 clasps were awarded for campaigns. One was in a Boer in 1911-1912, which seems highly unlikely that Lord Flashheart would be involved in that, as it was mainly Indian Army units and was very minor in comparison. However, a far more likely campaign clasp awarded to Lord Flashheart would have been the 1908 Northwest Frontier clasp. Before the advent of the fighter plane in World War I, it's more than likely that with his dazzling smile and blonde mane, Flashheart was in the cavalry, or the fancy boys as the infantry at the time called them. This would have been the 10th Hussars here, a fashionable and exclusive unit at the time. In 1908, the British launched a punitive expedition against the Zaka Kel Afridis, a Pathan tribe based in the north of the Khyber Pass, known for their frequent raids and resistance to British authority. The British campaign was part of a broader strategy to maintain control over the frontier and protect the settled areas from tribal incursions. The British used Fort Shakbakar as a major staging area and formed the Moman Field Force, proceeding up local valleys into Afridi territory. Fort Shakbakar is now controlled by the Pakistani Frontier Constabulary. Fascinatingly, it looks like they have preserved much of the rich history around this fort, so shabash or well done to them, excellent work. At this time, major garrisons were maintained in Nowshera and Peshawar by the British to maintain a constant presence on the northwest frontier. If you are interested to know more about the Khyber Pass, please watch my video which is in the comments box below. The expedition involved several skirmishes and battles, with British forces aiming to subdue the tribes and enforce their rule. The rugged terrain and guerrilla tactics of the tribesmen made the campaign challenging. Despite these difficulties, the British managed to achieve their objectives and subdued the tribesmen. The obverse of this medal is King Edward VII, and the reverse is Jamrud Fort, which overlooks the Khyber Pass, and is explained in more detail in my Khyber Pass video. The ribbon is green with a broad dark blue, almost black central stripe. Number 4, the 1914 star. So this looks like it's the 1914 star. There is a similar medal, the 1914 15 star, but the 1914 star was issued to troops serving in the military in 1917, whereas the 1914 15 star was issued to troops in 1918. As Blackadder Goes Forth is set in 1917, it would appear unlikely that it would be the 1914-15 campaign star. 1,000 Royal Flying Corps personnel did get awarded one of these medals. There was also a clasp that was authorised for this medal in 1919 by the King, but this is outside the scope of this video. Made of bronze, the medal is a crowned, four-pointed star with crossed swords and a wreath of oak leaves, inscribed August-November 1914. On the reverse is the name of the recipient inscribed. The ribbon is watered silk, red, white and blue. In total, around 400,000 recipients received one of these medals. There were also a significant number of Australian, Canadian and Indian troops who also received the medal in addition to the British forces. The next medal on our list, working our way steadily down the list, number 5. This award, I believe, is known as the Knight's Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order. I'm not too au fait with this award, so I'm going to read from my trusty medal yearbook guide. The badge itself is a white enamelled Maltese cross of 8 points, in the centre of which is an oval crimson enamel bearing the cipher VRI in gold letters. Encircling this is a blue enamel ribbon with the name Victoria in gold letters, and above this is the imperial crown enamelled in proper colours. The star is of chipped silver with 8 points on, which is mounted a white enamelled Maltese cross with VRI in an oval at the centre. This medal was awarded for extraordinary, important or personal services to a sovereign or the royal family. Recipients wear a neck badge and a breast star. As a recipient of this award, perhaps Lord Flashheart carried out some special service for a lady-in-waiting. Who knows? Number 6. The Distinguished Service Order, or DSO, is a prestigious military decoration awarded for meritorious or distinguished service, typically under fire or in acts of gallantry. Exactly what we would expect from the courageous cad and bounder that Flashheart is. The Distinguished Service Order is a silver gilt cross with curved edges overlaid with white enamel and suspended from a crimson ribbon with dark blue edges. The badge is issued unnamed. The obverse of the badge has, at the centre of the cross, a raised laurel wreath, enamelled green, surrounding the imperial crown on a red enamelled background. The reverse of the badge has a similar raised centre, with the laurel wreath surrounding the red cipher of the reigning monarch. So again, this would seem correct as an award for Lord Flashheart. At the time, this award was typically given to senior officers above the rank of captain. Number 7. Although the ribbon colour is very similar to an OBE or Victoria Cross, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the Most Honourable Order of Bath was an order of chivalry which was instituted in 1725. Established by King George I, this was a single-class order comprising the monarch, a prince of the blood royal, a grand master and 35 knights of companions. The order was reorganised in 1815 into 2 divisions, military and civil. The military division had 3 classes, Knight's Grand Cross, Knight Commander and Companion. It's likely that Lord Flashheart would obviously be as part of the military order. The military badge is a gold Maltese cross of 8 points, each tipped with a small gold ball, and in each angle between the arms of the cross is a gold lion. In the centre of the cross is a device comprising a rose, thistle and shamrock issuing from the sceptre, and 3 imperial crowns. This device is surrounded by a red enamelled circle on which appears the Latin motto Tria Juncta in Uno, 3 joined in 1 in gold lettering. In summary, during his illustrious career, Lord Flashheart was awarded a Military Cross, an Africa General Service Medal, an India General Service Medal, a 1914 Star, a Knight's Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order, a Distinguished Service Order, and a Most Honourable Order of the Bath. So there we have it. It looks like the costume department got it fairly well from the BBC. A lot more accurate than my previous video for the movie Zulu with Colour Sergeant Bourne's medals. I'll leave a link in the description if you haven't seen it already. That about wraps up this video, which I'm sure you'll agree is saucier than a direct hit on a Heinz factory. I hope you've gained some value from this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.